ladies and gentlemen. Here is a look at the Skagit Speedway before night number 2 of the Super Dirt Cup. Down here, dead center of turns 1 and 2, right on the boards. And you can see the most beautiful Skagit Speedway behind me. We're continuing technically their biggest 410 race of the season. That's not a national sanctioned show. The Dirt Cup, $100,000 to win, and also $626.26. And it's basically just a big West Coast 410 race. It's sanctioned with, King of the West, which is just regional out here in California. And we're ready to get into tonight. We have over 40 cars. Yesterday, we ran 5th, started 11th, moved forward 6 positions, and really had a great overall points night, from qualifying well to getting through your heat race to moving forward in the feature. And that's what it takes to set ourselves up for Saturday. So moving into today, we have the same format, a little bit bigger A main event invert, a little more money on the line, and a few extra laps. And we're just about ready to get after it with the 18T. So we're going to be bringing you guys along for the entire ride. The racetrack, we'll see what tonight looks like. We had some overnight rain, and we have more rain in the forecast later. So our goal is to put together an entire show, also beat Mother Nature, and really keep an eye on this racing surface, because it did take quite a bit of water in the early morning hours, and I'm sure they're going to be working on it all evening to give us the best that they got. So we're going to get into today's show and night number 2 of the Super Dirt Cup. Well, for when we went out in qualifying, we laid down a good time. We have over 40 410 sprint cars. The 18T was 11th quick. We went out 31st.
Hey, good job.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, I think
like 1 and 2, you probably could have drove it like way harder through 1 and 2.
The second lap I did drive in pretty hard.
Right, no, but that's where you gained. Your second lap was your fastest, but I'm just saying, you're like Schwartzfeld, when he ran the bottom and just blew through it all the way to the...
Yeah, probably could have just blitzed 1 and 2 a little harder. I thought I got through 3 and 4 okay. Maybe could have gained a half a tenth down there too, just being a little more buried into it would have allowed me to come off a little bit straighter. I mean, we were 11.37, quick times on 11.25, and there's 10 spots there. So that goes to show not much would have been worth a lot, but still a good time. We actually were fortunate enough, we went out late enough that one car, I think it was Trey Starks, he tried the bottom in 1 and 2, and it was like way better. Like it was 2, 3, 4 tenths. The track was falling off around the top. One guy went to the bottom down there, and the track sped right up, the grease burned in, and it shortened up the surface. So those are valuable points. We are now going to roll into a heat race where we're gonna have an 8-car invert. I believe we're gonna start 6th, and we're gonna have to go like crazy, try to get as many cars as we can and just see what the lineup looks like. But check mark qualifying. Would have been nice to be in the top 10 or closer to the top 5, but still can't complain, being right where we're at and continue to focus on our job and what we have ahead. guys, we got up on the wheel, did exactly what we needed to do there in that heat race. Feels good to be heat 1 and make something happen. Sometimes it's harder to pass in the early heats, and I much rather kind of get to make the run, and then everyone else has to kind of watch and see what happens. You never want to be in the last heat, have to watch everyone, and then you almost have like an expectation. Don't get me wrong, stuff like that, that's all up here, but still, nice to be in heat 1. You can see still pretty muddy. Racetrack had grip, but like I think that a lot of guys thought the bottom in 3 and 4 was going to be good. A lot of guys hung out down there. I screwed up the first 2 laps and immediately jumped to the top, and then ended up running the top all the way around and was able to go from 4th to 2nd. Got a good start, went 6th to 4th. Got in line for a second just to make sure things weren't going to single file out, and then got to 2nd once I realized there was, you know, more room. There was more to gain, and the racetrack actually didn't have as much grip as we thought. And then once I got ripping, I was in the 11-second bracket, and maybe, you know, if I had a restart or whatever, could have caught the leader. He just got out front in clean air, but 6 to 2, really good for points. We're obviously in tonight's show. We'll see where things shake out. I don't think we'll be high point car, just not qualifying in the top 10, but I think we're definitely going to be up there, and depending on how guys move in these other heats, we'll see where we end up. The racetrack is really starting to take shape as we just finished heat races, and we're going to be running into the lower mains, the midgets, and then our feature. Here's a look from the exit of turn 2. Track still has speed, but it's also slickening off, and I think it's only going to continue to slicken off. The berm is still not completely ran in yet, so there might be a little more down there, but guys are really just running hard. It's like when you run the bottom, you kind of just have to drive across it, and if you run the top, you got to be leaning into it. I think our track's going to be much wider this evening. I'm sure at some point they might even do a little bit of work, but I think things are trending in the right direction. I'm excited to see what we got, and I think good opportunity to pass cars.
Well, Tanner Holmes third, 10, but he finishes third here tonight.
Wow, guys. Well, finally having a chance to chat after the A main event. It started raining, so everyone was kind of in hurry up to get the cars in. We did the podium celebration. Gosh, the trophy that we won for third place, which I don't love second and third place trophies, but Skagit, they always overdo themselves. Literally, like, my third place trophy, between that and what I got at the Knoxville Nationals for a C main event, are like the nicest trophies I've ever gotten in my career. Aside from the trophies, though, the race. What a race tonight. I mean, 10th to 3rd, and they just told us we are officially 2nd overall rolling into tomorrow's $100,000 twin A main event. So the worst we can start is 3rd, and we have a very good shot at being on the front row. As a team, we've done our job. We've done our job. We have check-marked every box, and tonight in the A main event, like, we literally just followed our game plan. Good momentum early on, attack moving forward, you know, got a couple positions early, and then every restart, just pick them off, pick them off, pick them off. They go low, you go high. They go high, you go low. And my car was good enough where I could maneuver like that. And even to the very end, and I think if I had a few more laps, I could have challenged to possibly win the race or been there with those guys. It was McFadden and Sanders battling it out, but I was just moving forward at a really good rate. So it just feels really good. I mean, like I said, I'm very happy with my race car. I'm happy with how I feel as a driver. Like, I think I've definitely done a very good job these last couple nights, and just, it's not easy in traffic at this place. I think we've been in a good starting position too, where we can move forward, you know, not being so deep, but, you know, right in the middle where we obviously have to pass cars. But yeah, everyone involved, everyone a part of this deal. We've just been good focus, looking ahead, and we've completed everything to this point. So now it's just time to go and have fun and do everything that we've been doing all weekend, you know, in the finale. And that's where, like, I'm obviously excited for it. You know, you feel a little bit of nerves, but I'm also at peace. Like, I'm going into tomorrow like, man, whatever happens, happens, because we are going to give it 110%, and it's another opportunity for us to be better on a big stage and keep gaining experience, keep adding to, you know, what this team is, and have a shot to win a ton of money, and that's gonna be awesome. So just can't thank you guys enough. It's been cool having you ride along with us for our journey in this sport. Between all of our partners, I mean, Shane DeWald Trucking, Legacy Builder Supply, JFE Group, QRC, Lentz Machinery, Sisters Meat and Smokehouse, ABC Powder Coating, Diamond Roofing Company, Orville Tax, Lender Butsky Engineers, Bullseye Design and Print, TB Tile, Pit Stop USA, Champion Car Wash, Epic Custom Lighting, Earth Environmental, Fast 4 Media, Veenendahl Trucking, and again, everyone around me, all my partners. You know, we've had partners jump on for some races. We of course have all of our people for the season, and just so many of you guys that just believe in what we do. And I always tell you guys, it truly takes a village to do all this. So just very, you know, humbled to be in the spot that I'm in, super blessed, just living, you know, living my dream, living my dream. So we are ready to roll. Night number 2 of the Dirt Cup is complete. And what is a great Kobe Bryant once said, the job's not finished. So we're looking ahead at what tomorrow is, and ready to tackle it. We'll see you guys all there. Deuces.